perfect.
Oh my god. Oh, that battery's flat too.
Now I've got 2 wrong seals.
Well, all's well that ends well. I was a novice when I started this, but one thing I now know is the more tools and machines you have, the more maintenance you have to do. So in this episode, I'm going to show you 2 running repairs we had to do on 2 machines and some maintenance on our number 1 tool, the old Mule number 7. We ran into some troubles the other day. Ross was out using the Himac out on cleaning the fence lines, and unfortunately it stopped turning, so we pulled the motor off here, and we were able to operate it inside the from the posi track, and we could see it was just grinding. So not a good look. I called Himac. They've been fantastic. They sent us a new one. I'm going to unpack that out of the box. I'll have to take these off, but I really want to pull this apart and see just how bad it is. If it's really in pieces, like it's been ground down, I'm going to have to replace the filters and the hydraulic fluid on the posi track as well, and we just had it serviced. So, but Himac's been good about that too. They said they're going to cover the cost of those filters and the oil, which is terrific. I just got to do the work. So I'll get into it and pull this off, clean it, pull that apart and check it out. Okay, so I can see what parts I need to take off the other motor. But anyway, that's the newbie. So the new motor has plugs in these places here, so I'm going to have to take all of this will have to come off before I replace that. Okay, I'm gonna stick this in the vise just to hold this as I take these off. I'm going to need those on the new motor. So hopefully this will hold it for me. I don't have an open-ended spanner that size, so I'm going to have to use a shifter. Unfortunately, not the best, but it's all I've got to make do. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to be able to turn that around. Guess I've got to get. I have to undo that one at the same time. Another spinner. Oh, crikey. Nope. In place. I'll keep all these together. As you can tell, I'm no mechanic. It's alright, don't mind having a go. And all these parts I have to put into that new motor. Now I might empty the oil out of that before I pull that motor apart. I'd already drained it before, but I thought there might just be a bit more in there. Try not make a mess of my workbench, or Ross won't like it when he gets back from his break. Alright, so we've got the old motor in the vise just to hold it for me. I'm going to get these 4 bolts out, looks like 16mm. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen when it pulls apart. It might just come apart in pieces. Might move my grip tray. At least try and capture some of that if it does fall. The whole thing's sealed at the bottom, but looks like this part. Oh, jeez, look at that! Wow. You see that? Oh my God! Jeez, look at that! Oh, chunks, absolute chunks. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to pick up go clean myself up, pick up my phone, take some footage of that, send it to Himac. They did want to see some footage, but they'll be quite surprised, I'm sure. Unfortunately, this means I now have to replace my essentially brand new hydraulic oil filters. There's 2 of them on the PosiTrack. I think there's 2 of them. And we just did that last month. The machine's probably had 3 to 4 hours work, and all that, we have to drop that fluid out and hope it hasn't caused any problems on the pump on it, because it could be a very expensive process replacing that, as in thousands of dollars, I'm sure. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll tidy this up, get some footage of it, get it back to Himac, and we'll get those parts out for the Kubota PosiTrack. So check this out. The end of that shaft is totally just broken, and that's it there. That's the end of that shaft there. It's unbelievable. Punch that out for you and show you. And look at this. Look at all this. It's not surprising that this is filled up with metal shavings, because it's come apart here. So it's a weak point. Yeah, no surprising where it's made. Anyway, look at it. That's going to set us back. We use the PosiTrack for just about, I don't know, 80% of the jobs we do on the farm. Okay, I can't do anything more with that. I'm just going to wait. I'll take these 2 plugs out and the smaller one, and see if I can get those in there in the meantime. Screwdriver. Get them tightened up into the... Actually, I don't need to tighten them up yet. I'll wait to get the hoses on them. That's a Allen key. Don't too much of these just yet. Take that over to the Himac. Sort that out. Probably on a later date. Well, I forgot to film it, but I managed to get the motor into the Himac, and it's working fine now. And then Ross came home, and we decided to, before we started anything, to get to the bottom of a little problem we were having with the mule. Over the last few months, we've noticed that the buggy just randomly pulls us to the right, and we don't think it's the road or anything like that, so it seems to be something going on with either the CV joint or the wheel bearings, and it's progressively getting worse.
Yeah, probably going to lift this side off, that's the problem. Or maybe we go under this one.
Well, this is a good example. This is a better one to look at. So if you squeeze those two pieces there and there,
Oh, yeah.
I bet they're just it unclips.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Give me that. No.
No,
Really?
it's got some sort of tool. No. Nothing there.
Just got to go on YouTube and have a look at it. There's any amount of shit on YouTube.
Yeah. What do you
They even
call
have
it?
shit about farms.
Apparently there's some stuff. So we got some oil weeping out here. See, I think the problem's back there. It feels like it's flogged out there.
I reckon we can pull this apart anyway. Pull that out there. But I'd like to have a look at this on the other side first, just to while it's off the ground.
Yep.
So after closer investigation, we've realised it's the bearings that have gone on here. So I'm going to go down to the store, the Kawasaki store, order the parts we need. I don't think we're going to spend our time doing this because we'll be learning along the way. So I'll give my mate, my new best friend, the mechanic Don. I'll give him a call. He'll come down from Witter and solve this for us when I get the parts in. Seeing as the buggy's out of action, we're having to use this old quad to pull the bar wire through the post. But we'll have it back in a few days, I guess. Tell you what, the higher you get up in the hills, the better the view. It's a nice little spot for a cabin of sorts or a house. Check this out. So the parts of the buggy arrived while I was away, but Dom was still able to come down from the range and take a look at it for us.
Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's another CV boot. That's your dust seal.
We should be doing brakes at the same time, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe not. Right.
Yeah, so those clamps, I don't know how they work.
Yeah,
special tool, I'm assuming.
there is, and you're not going to be able to use a special tool because there's a bloody suspension arm in the road.
Oh.
That is a pain. I'll have to just do it with pliers.
Yeah, okay.
So what's this going to? Are they the bearings?
These are the wheel bearings here.
Right, so Don's here fixing our buggy. So we've missed this buggy, Don. It's been out of action for about, probably 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've had a couple of false starts with incorrect parts, unfortunately.
We have, but today's the day you're hoping to get it all back together, hey?
Let's hope.
That's great.
So far, so good anyway.
Thank you.
So after about 2 weeks, we finally got the buggy fixed and the dogs are much happier. The water pump, which we use to pump up water for our main house where we live, the tank was getting low, so we, Charlotte and I dragged this out of the shed and started up, but it just kept conking out. So I figured there's just dirt in the fuel line, so I've already pulled the fuel tank off. There's a little fuel filter that sits inside the tank. I pulled it out. I cleaned the fuel bowl down here at the bottom of the carburetor. I'm going to replace the spark plug while I'm at it, but it's not a very old pump. It's about 6 years old, I guess. I've got to go to the store and get a new fuel filter for the bottom of that fuel tank, and I might even get a new air filter while I'm at it. Although that was pretty clean. So I called the Honda store, and they don't have one of these fuel filters. They suggested I just do my best at cleaning it out, and I have. I mean, to be honest, it looks very clean, but gave it a bit of wash and a blowout. Looks good. So that just goes in the bottom of the tank. Everything's easier said than done. It's 12 mil. Already I'm making a mistake. I've got the lowering. I think there'd be something there to seat that. It's not. All you mechanics out there are laughing at me right now. That's alright, I laugh at myself. Now you're just over tightening it. Had to get a spanner up to get it out. I think you'd have to put a decent spanner up to get it in. I'm just going to do that hand tight. Might even put some fuel in it before I put it all back together. See if it leaks. Bike should have a pair of pointy nose pliers on here. Bike should have 2 pairs of pointy nose pliers. Look at me go. Done. So I got my new spark plug, got my new filter, get this on the pump, get it up to the shed. Actually, I might replace the oil while I'm at it. So that's it, the pump's fixed, but I'm going to grab my shelf to give me a hand lifting the pump out the back of this machinery shed up near the shelves. You'll see there's, well, you can see one here, but there's actually 2 22,500 litre tanks that collect water off the machinery shed, and it pumps it up behind me here to the tanks on the hill, and it gravity feeds down to the shed. So let's hope this this pump works, because we're getting low on water up there. Okay, so that's the up, that's the bottom. You slide that in. Yeah. Water in. Water out. Air out. This is the moment of the truth. Choke, fuel. Well, all's well that ends well. Let's hope that's the end of all the running repairs for a while. Done and dusted.